I really liked about Ross compared to American medical schools was the fact that I didn't have to wait a whole year to get accepted. Like when I apply, it's like no matter when you apply in the year you have an option to get in, to cycle in. And you don't have to wait, oh, like I took my MCAT this time, I'm gonna have to wait the whole next cycle, or I'm gonna have to sit out a whole nother cycle and wait, which is something I should, had I done my research on Ross earlier, I probably would have been in medical school earlier, because I'm sitting here wasting time and cycles, waiting for cycles and years to pass by. And Ross is letting you in like consistently a couple of times a year, 2 or 3 times a year. And so you're having the opportunity to not have to wait as long to get accepted. You can go ahead and start your education guns blazing. So
yeah. And
that's the one thing I did like about Caribbean versus American.
And they don't wait.
Yeah.
Like honestly, don't like me personally I took my MCAT 3 times, and it was just because like you want to fit in this square hole and you're not your triangle. Like you can't. Okay, the thing with the MCAT is, and a lot of the students are here because of our MCATs. There are some people that are here because of grades and stuff, but most of the students is because we lack a certain test taking ability. That's going to take, if you cannot take out a nice like 2 months out of your schedule, not working, like just focus on a test, which we're gonna have to do for STEP. But by that time, we are going to not have a job. So we will have no other choice but to study for a certain amount of time. But when
the investment that we've already put into
exactly,
you don't, because like by the time we get to STEP, you put in half of what we're gonna have to pay for medical school. So
we can't mess up.
We don't want to mess up, because one, you only get to take STEP once. Once if you pass. But like for us, we have to keep working at it, and I am with her on this whole MCAT thing. Like if you just are taking the MCAT, and the MCAT is not working in your favor, like you want to be a doctor, and you know that you can be a good doctor, and you know the information,
right?
And you want to fight for it. You want to show them what you know. I mean, look into your options. And medical schools are not only full of dumb people. I promise you, there are people who are at Ross who got, well, again, this is what people tell you, so you gotta understand. When they said that like they did fine on their MCATs, but like their GPA from undergrad wasn't good, or they went to Ross because they finished school in December and they didn't want to take a whole nother year out.
Wait.
So they just looked at Ross. They saw they were going to be finished in December. They saw that they could start Ross in January. They're like, well, I might as well do it that route, because that's what they want to do. And you got to find what's going to be best for you. Like, that's one true thing. Caribbean schools are an option for some people, and then for some other people, it's not.
Right.
I'm so sorry, guys. I just literally saw this man go running past the window, and I just died. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Yeah, to continue with that is, it's not for everybody, but don't let it be, I can't be an MD, or I'm just gonna I have a bad score, so I'm gonna be a DO. Because I can't do MD, because I don't want to go.
There's nothing wrong with DOs.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with DOs.
It's really not that easy to get in DOs.
Nowadays,
it's
very competitive.
It's very competitive either way, because people think the same way about DOs that they think about Caribbean medical schools. Is like, oh, they're less than. They don't have to. They do the same things that we.
And you actually see them more now in hospitals.
Like their MCAT's not playing. My friend is trying to get in a DO school in Atlanta, and they not playing. They want a 502. They want at least the 502 to get in, and that's what regular MD schools want, minimum 502. So MCAT, you just don't let it hold you back. Like, just do your research. Especially if you don't have a family, even if you got a family, we got people here that got a whole family, like, right? So even you just think about it and don't sell yourself short. It's
literally less than 2 years, 2 years and 8 months, the longest, or maybe longer, because sometimes you get in there and I don't know about the other American schools, but first semester will take you further.
And I'm like one of the, I tell people this all the time, like first semester is tough.
It's very tough.
It's tough.
Tried my life.
It didn't just try my life. I think it took my life and brought me back to life at the same time.
It humbles you.
Yeah.
Sit down. And you be humble.
Plenty of seats. Plenty of seats. I'm not to scare you about med school. Like if you don't make it through your first semester, like it's you. No, it's not you. It's more so a thing that you gotta work hard for. You gotta know what you want. In medical school, like my friends who are from American schools, like I was telling them what I was doing or whatever, and they were like, "Tell that." Like I remember we just got finished with neuro, and I was at a wedding a couple of weeks ago, and we were starting neuro, and they're like, "Tyler, neuro is tough," and I was like, "Oh, don't worry." Like we had only 2 days of it, and the information was just like
overwhelming,
crazy. So be prepared. Like and if you're not prepared, there are programs out there to help you. Please note there are programs, and don't take offense to the programs. They do help. So
we're running longer than we intended, but. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. If you have to go to a Caribbean school, but research first.
Come to Ross.
Yeah, or you can just come to Ross.
Please note.
They're not paying me to say this.
Oh no. Don't worry. Now we tell you about the what they say myths of Caribbean medical schools. Mm-hmm. Please note, just like any American school, any school in the university, period, it has its cons.
Yeah.
I mean, don't.
Every school does. Everybody talk mess about their school, but at the end of the day, I don't have any serious complaints. I'm happy about where I am. God sent me here, and it's been a good experience for me thus far. So like I said, as we do more of these, we can be more open and honest with you about things. But for me, I don't have no serious complaints. Of course, they do some things that I don't necessarily mess with. Like as far as it's not knowing where we're gonna go in a couple of months, that kind of irritates me because we want to plan for stuff, but. I'm good. I'm Gucci over here.
Yeah. And just being flexible. That's with any Caribbean school because they are all in the Caribbean, and there's these things called hurricanes.
Yes, there are these things called hurricanes.
Just putting it out there.
Except for at St. George's because they're out of the hurricane path.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, as they like to advertise.
Oh, they do advertise it very well.
But
if we would have went, we wouldn't have been in Knoxville now, would we? No, we wouldn't be in the U.S. Sure. So. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys. We will see y'all later. Bye.